Акуна Матата всем, кто смотрит данное видео вместе со мной. С вами Пумба, игровой канал Тимона Пумба и бляха, я не помню, я там подружился с Вин, не помню. А, что, так я поставить могу, да? Лилиана вообще хорошо. Сумка Лилиана сколько? Плюс 100. Плюс 58. Хреново. Плюс 84. Ну тут вообще идеально. Вин. Ну, Вин вообще плохо. И Стэн. Ну, Стэн. Ну, нормально вроде. Зевран. Ну, тоже нормально, но давайте еще что-нибудь. Короче, давайте мы подарим ему чего-нибудь. Здорово. Ладно, давай. Ну, давай.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all
Ну,
very fine
давай.
and well.
И, но.
My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
Да, ну-ка.
Oh, I imply nothing specific, of course. One simply assumes that once your Grey Warden business is finished, you would have no need of an assassin to follow you about. Am I wrong?
Ну-ка, давай-ка.
Indeed. I might even be glad to call myself such, come to think of it.
Ну вот
It's
именно.
good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
Это да. Я не для этого вообще к тебе подошел.
What say you?
Че я вечно туплю-то? Ну, ребята, ну че молчишь-то? Сказал бы уже в конце-то концов, ну. Че? Слышь, ты охерел? Он не хочет принимать. Ну и все, пошел ты в жопу. Ну и пошел ты в жопу. Будем тогда по старинке. Здорово. Я скажу тебе, давай, и покажи, что у тебя. Давай, показывай свои товары. У тебя там что-то бесплатное было, нет? Я не знаю, что ему подарить. Бляха, что у тебя все такое дорогое, да? Ничего не... ладно. Давай мы тогда, не знаю, купим, продумаем подарка. Бляха, если мы взять 50 штук, это будет дорого. А он восстановит по 10, да? Давайте мы тогда вот так возьмем, купим. Да, все, спасибо. Он кончился? Бляха, кончается, прикинь. Нифига себе. Продуманный подарок. Ладно, давайте ему подарим. Продуманный подарок. Он работает, да и ладно. Лиан не надо. Мориган надо его.
Interesting.
Сколько? До 80 я понять. Да, интересно, я знаю. Как бы жив. Вин надо вот это прям паять. Чё 57? Слышь, Вин, ты охерела там? Чё такая дорогая-то? Алло. Силе воли. К силе воли. Большой бонус силе воли. Ну ничего. Да. Давай, короче, мне надо. Мне что-нибудь надо. Я не знаю, чего не надо. Нам надо это, что-нибудь такое подарить. Давайте куклу Алистера еще раз подарим. Нормально. Блин, я не знаю, что еще можно подарить. Откуда он вообще? Я забыл. Бляха, ну я не знаю. Песен света это Лильке подарим, да, еще давайте, еще нет. Каждый раз, как я понимаю, обнуляется. Не знаю, отвратительные сапоги. короле Фералдена, не знаю. Ну, давайте так, не знаю, там. Кунари. Я не знаю, что там дарить надо. Серьезно. Ну, Кунари-то я точно знаю, кому дарить. О, погодите. Вот это.
I am grateful.
Отлично.
Thoughtful indeed.
Алистер, я... жив, не надо и ничего.
Oh, what are you thinking, honestly?
Ну, я не знаю, что тебе надо.
You have my thanks.
Все, нормально, отлично. Зевран. На. Да слышь. А винта где? А, о. А, ей не надо это, она не хочет. Ну, бляха, я даже не знаю. Огромный бонус могли. Большой бонус к силе. Огромный бонус к силе.
You and your friends are formidable folk.
Да,
indeed.
да, да, давай,
I'm sure you'll
короче.
be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Ладно, давай. Мне надо вот что. Песен света, я не знаю, там. Так, ну давайте, я не знаю, россиянскую маску. Амулет воспоминаний. Тогда я хер знает, что им еще надо, ребята, бляха. Давайте вы не будете там мудохать мне мозг, алё, не знаю, на.
No, no, terrible.
Ладно, не надо, так не надо, пошел в жопу. О,
A generous gift.
о, нормально.
Thank you ever so much.
Как бы жив. Алистер, тебе что надо, на?
Great.
Бля.
Thanks.
If
В
there's
смысле? Ты
anything
что,
I can do
охерел
for
там
you,
что ли?
please,
Блин,
I'm sure-
прикиньте, он, короче, обиделся. Тут есть возможность обидеть. Ну, бля, ты охерел там, парень. Не знаю, что еще-то. Щит короля Мэрика. Давай вот так вот, нахрен. Кукла марионетка серый страж, не знаю. На, сейчас выручим всю ситуацию. Лилиана. 100. Лилиана вообще ко мне претензий не имеет. 100. Алистер тут на меня выпендривается, да? Ты охерел там, да? На.
I could get used to this, you know.
На. Слышь? Забирай еще.
No, bad idea.
Да, ладно, черт. Зевран. Че тебе еще-то надо? Ты че до меня докопался-то, алло, Зевран? Тебе вообще что еще надо-то?
Are you sure I can't interest you in- I'm
Я
sure
вообще
you'll be pleased with
заколебался.
the goods my boy and I have collected,
Да
and
насрать, все,
with
давайте
your
все,
discount.
отдаем и все, давайте дальше делать дело. А то херню какую-то маемся. Так, вот это. Все, убрали. Нормально. Нормально, все, давайте, поехали. Теперь мы будем завещаться за всеми. Давайте с наименее таких значимых лиц. Ну не то, что значимых, у нас с ним как-то общение не очень заходит. Стэн, здорово.
You are not quite as callow as I thought.
Чё, кто?
That is unexpected.
Ладно.
You're welcome.
Да, ну-ка.
I was sent to be the eyes of the Anton. The
Антама.
Arishok asked what is the blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
А кто такой решок?
The one who commands the Antam, the body of the Kunari.
Понял? Ну-ка.
Why do you?
Ну.
Do you think the Kunari live on some other world then?
Ну да.
Yes.
И чё?
Never. I cannot go home.
Папа, чего?
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the darkspawn waiting.
Ладно. Ну-ка давай.
Does it matter? Very well. I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware. That is complicated. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Callanhad.
Ага.
Came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn.
Озеро
I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell. I am told no others survived. I
Блин.
don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke, I was no longer among my brothers. And my
Меч.
sword was gone from
Меча
my
не было
hand.
тоже.
I searched for it, and when that failed, I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
Ну-ка.
They said they found me with nothing.
Озеро Калихат.
I killed them with my bare
Понятно.
hands. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked.
Понятно.
Unthinking, I struck them down.
Так.
That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the
понятно.
Antom. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
Понятно.
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
Так, ну-ка.
Near Lake Callanhad.
Ага.
Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Нормально, идем. Меч Бересада. Ла-ла-ла.
You called.
Стоп. Так он уже рассказал.
Speak then.
А,
Then I suggest we move on.
ладно. Идем.
As you wish.
Стоп. Меч. Кто там? Как? Какой меч? Я вроде уже нашел. Нет такой. Нет, ладно. Фиг с ним. Ошибся я, Стэн. Сорян. Сорян. Товарищи. Стэн открыл вам, почему он впал в ярость и убил фермера. Все дело в том, что он проснулся без меча, без себя, считается мечи. Так. Эй! Я ничего не обещал. Здорово,
Something on your mind? Of course.
Ну-ка, давай-ка.
You mean other than becoming a Grey Warden?
Так.
You know, I asked Duncan this too, and all I got was, you'll see.
Прекрасно.
Oh, it's not that Duncan wants to keep it a secret. It's just that the Grey Wardens don't discuss it much. I gather it's not a pleasant topic. The first change I noticed was an increase in appetite. I used to get up in the middle of the night and raid the castle larder. I thought I was starving. I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last. My face all covered in gravy. When I'd look up, the other Grey Wardens would stare, then laugh themselves to tears.
Понятно.
More like an initiation. They all went through it too. Oh, and then there were the nightmares. Duncan said it was part of how we sense the darkspawn. We tap into their
Хотя думал сознанию.
group mind.
Такие вместе такие.
And when we sleep, it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while, but at first it's hard. It's supposed to be worse for those who join during a blight. How is it for you?
Ну да.
Some people never have much trouble, but that's rare. Others have trouble sleeping their entire life. They're just more sensitive, I suppose. Everyone ends up the same, though. Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. That's how a Grey Warden knows his time has come.
А чё?
Oh, that's right. We never had time to tell you that part, did we? Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a Grey Warden, you don't need to worry about dying from old age.
Охренеть!
You've
Слышь?
got 30 years to live, give or take. The taint, it's a death sentence. Ultimately, your body won't be able to take it. When the time comes, most Grey Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's tradition.
Прекрасно.
You'll always find Darkspawn down where the dwarves are. The oldest Grey Wardens head to the deep roads for one last glorious battle. Not that there's a shortage of Darkspawn during a blight, but that's the tradition. The dwarves respect us for it. And you wondered why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. There you have it.
Да.
You know, Duncan, he started having the nightmares again. He told me that in private.
А,
Said it wouldn't be
понятно.
long before he'd go to Orzammar himself. I guess he got what he wanted. I just wish it had been something worthy of him.
Да.
I know. Ending the blight should make this all worthwhile, right?
Да. Ты слышишь, я не закончил говорить.
Something on your mind?
Давай.
Of course.
Ну-ка, давай.
I didn't know them for very long, but I guess it was longer than you. You never met them all, did you? They were quite a group. Actually, they felt like an extended family, since we were all cut off from our former lives. We also laughed more than you'd think. There was this one time... Well, you probably don't want to hear stories about men you didn't know.
Давай, рассказывай. Давай.
There was one Grey Warden who came all the way from the Anderfells. What was his name? Gregor. He was a burly man with the biggest, fuzziest beard you've ever seen. And the man could drink. He drank all the time, but he never got drunk. Finally, we all made a pool to see just how many pints it would take to put him under the table. Sometimes. We were kin of a sort. All of us had gone through the joining, so we knew... Anyhow, it doesn't have to be deadly serious all the time. Anyhow, we never did find out. He said he'd drink a pint for every half pint that the rest of us drank. He was still going by the time the rest of us were passed out. I'm
Офигеть.
told that Duncan walked in later on and saw us all passed out from one end of the hall to the other, and Gregor still drinking. Duncan laughed until he nearly... Until...
Ну,
Yes, I suppose so. I thought I was done with this, but it just struck me that I have nothing to remember Duncan by, nothing at all. There's no body, not even a token of his that I could take with me. That must sound really stupid to you.
на, да.
I just would have liked something of his to take with me, that's all. Well, there's no use in moaning about it, is there? He's gone. Let's just go.
Да я не закончил.
I'm wondering something. I'd like to know your thoughts about some of our traveling companions. Do you mind if I ask?
Давай. Да, ну
I've got this nefarious plan to go around to each of them and secretly tell them all the nasty things you said. That way they'll mutiny and I shall become the group leader.
ну ладно. Ладно.
What? Lead? Me? No, 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 no leading. Bad things happen when I lead. We get lost, people die, and the next thing you know, I'm stranded somewhere without any pants. Seriously though, I'm only curious. I've had enough time to form my own opinions, and I just want to see if yours are any different.
Ладно, давай. Так.
Zevran, the elf. You can't trust him, can you? Do you believe his so-called vow?
Ну, вообще да.
Really? Why? That's a lot of trust. to put in
Клятва
someone
есть
who tried to
клятва.
kill you.
Он же сказал. Ну, да.
Well, if you are, then maybe I should too. But that doesn't mean I won't keep an eye on him. He's just...
Давай, присматривай. Дальше
What
вопрос.
about Sten? The way he looks at me with those eyes. Creepy. And he's so quiet for someone so big.
Да, вот давайте, вот четвертый мне нравится.
Yet he doesn't seem quite so bad as the Chantry tells us. According to them, his philosophy is vile and evil. Yet he seems so
Да, Стэн вообще
reasonable.
классный парень.
Yet he killed all those people. He doesn't even deny it. Doesn't that bother you?
Да. Да, о, да.
I'm not so sure that his regret means the same as it would for us. The Kunari sense of honor is a bit hard to grasp. For me, anyway. What about Liliana? Is she crazy? Or do you really believe in her vision?
Ну-ка, давай-ка.
Even the Chantry believes that most claims of visions and such are usually people's minds playing tricks on them. Wishful thinking at best. I'm not sure what I think.
Ну, давайте.
That's one way to put it. I don't know what to make of her. If you look at her when she doesn't see you, she just looks so sad. I almost feel guilty taking her away from her.
Да ладно, чё ж теперь? Да.
Yes, I know. Still, I feel badly for her. Morrigan, do you trust her? Think about it. Maybe Flemeth sent her with us for some other reason than she said.
Ну, давай-ка, ну-ка.
Hello? Have you met her? I think she'd need a reason not to betray us.
Да, вот так.
Well, there is that. Enough. I think my curiosity is sated. Let's get back to it,
Ладно,
shall we?
ладно, ты не про всех спросил. А Вин, чего тебя не интересует? Алло!
Something on your mind?
Давай.
Of course. Never what? Had a good pair of shoes?
О, добротный варп собак там есть. Ладно.
I'm not sure I do. Have I never seen a basilisk? Ate jellied ham? Have I never licked a lamppost in winter? Make fun of you, dear lady. Perish the thought. Well, tell me, have you ever licked a lamppost in winter? Oh, so that's what we're talking about. I admit I've never had a woman just come out and
Ну,
ask
как
me
есть.
like this, that's for sure. I myself never had the pleasure. Not that I haven't thought about it, of course. But, you know.
Ладно. Хе.
Well, living in the Chantry is not exactly a life for rambunctious boys. They taught me to be a gentleman, especially in the presence of beautiful women such as yourself. That's not so bad, is it?
Ну да.
Did I say beautiful? Do you have any particular opinion on my saying that?
А если бы я сделал себя уродиной? Чё? Чё?
Ah. Well said.
Oh.
Enough. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's go.
Воу, воу, воу.
Something on your mind?
А, да, слышь?
Something on your mind? Of course.
Ну, давай-ка.
You never asked?
Да нет, не догадываюсь.
We are friends. I didn't mean to... It wasn't supposed to... Oh, let me explain.
Ну, давай.
The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And
Ну,
then
а я
after the
чё?
battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
Какая разница? На.
Yes, well, I suppose part of me kind of liked you not knowing.
Ну-ка,
They
да.
treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
Ну-ка, да-ка.
Hello? Have you met me? I'm no leader of men. I don't want to be the person sitting on the throne and making decisions that affect the lives of others.
А ты даже не попробовал.
It just isn't me. I guess I should be thankful that Al Eamon is far more likely to inherit the throne. If he's all right. Oh, I hope he's all right. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. It was a dumb
Да
thing
ладно.
to do.
Да.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
Ладно, отлично. Эй, ну плюс-то
Something
можно
on your
было.
mind? Of course. Others, yes, but not yourself. I need someone who's trained first as a warrior. It's as much about discipline as anything. I guess if I'm going to give up Chantry secrets, I may as well go all the way. Send whoever you want trained to me in camp, and I'll see what I can do.
В смысле? Я ж кого-то могу прислать? В смысле? У меня новая специализация? А, это у него
Something on
специализация.
your mind? Of course,
Ну-ка.
such as they are.
Ладно, все.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. Something on your mind?
На. Не, спасибо. Ну-ка, может я Стэна могу
You
обучить?
called. I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
А, все, я все.
That is, I saw the last of the creatures cut down. I only know that when I woke, I was no longer among my brothers. I searched for it, and when they said they found me with nothing. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade.
Да,
They
ну-ка.
would know me as Sol. If I knew where to look, it would be in near Lake Callanhad.
Все, нормально, давай.
You called.
Да, давай. У меня вопрос.
I am hardly surprised.
Ну-ка, да, вот
To
это.
put it lightly, no one has a place here. Your farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Ну, я доволен. Ну-ка.
What does that accomplish? The farmer who buys a shop is never a merchant. He is always a farmer turned merchant. He carries his old life with him as a turtle carries its shell. Happiness is fragile. Nothing can be built upon it that will last. Only duty endures. You can learn to find it in doing your duty, in serving your people. There is no need to search for it. Shall we move on?
Ладно.
Perhaps. It's strange to be in a crowd and hear a language that is not your own. To see faces that are and aren't like yours.
Да ладно, ну чё, я нормальный.
Tea and incense and the sea. Ferelden smells of wet dogs.
Ну-ка.
There is interesting food here.
И
You
все?
have a thing. It doesn't have a word in the Kunari tongue. Little baked things like bread, but sweet and crumbly. Yes, we have no such things in our lands. This should be remedied. Shall we move on?
Да. Давай,
As you
двигай.
wish.
Прекрасно, офигеть просто. Ему нравится у нас только лишь... Ну, вы поняли, да. В общем, давайте на этом попрощаемся. Серия была длинной, я много вначале тупил, тролли 3 рубля, с Алистером посрался. Ну и что поделать теперь? Ничего не с этим не делать. Всего хорошего, удачи, пока.